I'm joined now by Tom from the GGF and FENSA. Thank you very much indeed for joining us here at FitShow 2022, Tom. Just provide me a little bit of context then. FENSA, I've heard of FENSA. GGF, just talk to me about the relationship there.
Okay, so the GGF is the Glass and Glazing Federation. It is the GGF group. The GGF itself is a trade federation for members across the whole supply chain of the industry. And FENSA sits within the GGF group as a competent person scheme. So FENSA has roughly, for example, around 6,500 installers under its brand, registering jobs across the country by the hour, by the day, basically. So we're intertwined with separate brands, but we're part of the same group, so we work very closely together. And
we're very pleased that you're here at FitShow 2022. And in terms of your presence here at this year's show, how are you getting involved in the show? What are you trying to get out of it, and what are you trying to share with visitors here this year?
Firstly, obviously it's the first time in a few years that there's actually been an event, which is great for us, because whilst we have a huge number of meetings for our members throughout the year, it's been the first time we've been able to see a lot of them face to face for the first time. So obviously we've got two stands here side by side for any of our members who want to come and speak to us and ask us any questions. We've also got quite a strong presence at the seminar programme throughout the week. I think we're doing 5 or 6 different talks around on various subjects. I've just come back from one where we've been talking about trickle vents and approved document F, which is obviously a hugely pertinent topic for the industry at the moment. So there's a huge amount of reasons for us to be here, but hopefully our members will get a huge amount from just being able to speak to us on the stand and for us to answer any of their questions that are coming up.
And those questions that your members and visitors indeed to the show are asking you, what are they coming to you with? What are the areas that you're hearing from the industry that are difficult, causing concern at the moment, and how are you able to help them with those challenges?
Ultimately, it's the building regulations. It has caused a huge amount of consternation. That comes as no surprise to anyone. Document F in particular and trickle vents. As I say, Dave's just given a talk about trickle vents, and you can see Lee speaking to someone here and someone else on the GGF stand. 80-90% of what is being spoken about is that topic, because it's a huge problem for the whole industry to have to deal with in such a short space of time, from when it was first introduced in December to when it's going to be implemented on the 15th of June. So it's a really important topic for us to be able to get across exactly what is required from installers, from manufacturers, from everyone involved in the industry, but also to give members some real clarity on what they need to do and how quickly they need to do it, because it really is not far away now.
Okay. On the other side of that coin, obviously helping members, people in the industry to come to terms with the changing regulatory landscape is one thing. But then on the other side of that, in terms of informing government policy, in terms of the advocacy piece, how are you able to try and shape the industry so that it works not only for end users like me, but also for the rest of the industry, for the installers, for example?
Thanks. Yeah, we're really fortunate. We've got a dedicated advocacy department within the group. So we have a GGF Government Advocacy Department. So that's a chap called Chris, and he has a number of people supporting him. And essentially what we're doing is we're taking the voice of our members, which is ultimately the voice of the industry, to government, to say, look, these are the problems that our industry is facing at the minute. We're really not happy about these topics and the way that certain building regulations have been drawn up. What can we do about it? And so the fact that we're able to speak to DLUHC and BEIS, and that we've built up these incredibly meaningful relationships with decision makers within government, is hugely important for our members, because we carry a great weight amongst our members, because we have some big members and some really influential companies within the industry that want their voices heard. And so it's really important for us to be able to take those opinions and those facts to government and say, look, this is what you need to change.
Before we go, Tom, here we are back to in-person events for the first time in a few years, like you said a moment ago. How's it been rubbing shoulders with colleagues, with members, with other people from the industry for the first time in a long time?
It's been strange, but it's been brilliant at the same time. I've already seen probably 10-12 people who I haven't seen in the flesh in 3 years, and it's amazing to be able to see them and give them a hug and say hello and do it relatively safely. And I'm delighted by how busy it is as well. It was a bit of an unknown when we all booked up to sign up to this as to how many people would show up, and it's amazing how many people have come, and I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. I can't wait actually for the next couple of days.
We're so pleased that you're here as well. But for now, Tom, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Cheers.
Thank you.